Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Callum, for those who don't know. I wanted to make a video about my semester abroad since I posted on Instagram on my story if people wanted to see a video or if they didn't, and 88% of people said that they did, so I felt I should make a video just talking through my semester abroad, what happened, and just my thoughts and feelings for people as well that maybe might be going on their semester abroad or year abroad and might want some tips or just opinions on how mine kind of went. Really beforehand was when, before I even left for my semester abroad, was where everything kind of started off. I finished my first semester of third year in my home university, which finished in December. So when that semester ended, my semester in Cologne didn't start till April, so I had like 3-4 months to really just kind of chill out back home. But with that came a lot of preparation before coming to Cologne, which some of you guys, if you're going on your semester abroad, may want to kind of look into, just so it's less stress. For me, I was already looking for a place to stay in Cologne beforehand. Got put on like the student waiting list for places to stay, which is just a smart thing to do. It gives you a bit more like just peace of mind to know that you've already done that part and someone's already actively looking for you for a place to stay for your semester away. But of course this is different in all the different places you can go on your semester abroad. But just for my case, Cologne is quite hard to find student accommodation or just accommodation in general. So yeah, it's better to look sooner so you're prepared for later and it's not all like building up towards the end when you need to leave. Once I got my accommodation, flew to Cologne in April, I wasn't allowed to move into my accommodation till the 3rd since it was Easter when I flew here, so the offices were closed. So I ended up staying in a hotel for a few days. With those few days, I joined the like Erasmus kind of group. They have like a WhatsApp group in Cologne and they have a Facebook group as well. So I joined those to maybe see if there's any other students around during that time that I could maybe meet up with and just have like a fresh face or someone that I have a point of contact with, because I came on my semester abroad, just me, no one else. So yeah, I ended up going to a pub. There was just about 8 of us in general and it was nice to meet them. That was actually the only time I met up with those guys. And there was no real reason as why I didn't want to, like there wasn't a reason, like I wasn't like I didn't want to afterwards. They were just really lovely people, but for me, I think just as soon as university started up here, it was just go from there, and then yeah, it was just, that's just how that kind of went. In my mind, like to get more comfortable, because I remember at the beginning I felt very, that culture shock is very real and the kind of feeling kind of alienated from everyone else is very real at the beginning. But one of the things that I done that kind of made me overcome that especially was actually to join a gym. As soon as I got back into my routine that I was kind of used to back home, it just felt more like at home for me. So I think the one tip as well that I could give if you're going on a semester abroad is to think about your routine back home. Say if you have a hobby, say if you do art, or if you do just go to the gym, or you do swimming, or any sort of like active thing, or just hobby in general, try and get back into that when you're on your semester away, because it'll turn your surroundings to be a bit less foreign than they already kind of feel. In the very beginning, when you move to your semester location, there will be a lot of paperwork and things that you have to get done. Try and get that stuff done as soon as possible. Even prior to moving to your semester location, I would advise that you actually get a binder that just has in it like all the kind of paperwork that you think you might need on your semester abroad. So I actually have copies of my passport, copies of your insurance card, your EHIC. If you're from Europe, you should have an EHIC card. Documents from the university that you're going to, because it's good to have that, just to have your learning agreement and your proof that you're meant to actually be there. I've never actually had to use it or show anyone it, but it's good to always have, just in case for some reason someone might ask, or actually your accommodation might even ask, like, oh, can you show proof that you're actually at this university, and then you show them the letter that you got for your acceptance. Keep your insurance information in your binder, and you can even keep your flight information for when you're actually going to your new place, as well as flying back home. You should always just have like a sort of binder or something that just, you know, all your important stuff is in one place and you're not searching in drawers and things for a specific file. So yeah. As well, another thing that I really advise that people do on their semester abroad is get a bank account in the location of your semester. So the reason for that is you could have a travel card that just where you pay for things naturally, which is like, it works, it's cool, yeah, like I have one, it's good, but there can be issues with direct debits. So say if you want to pay rent, if you want to pay like your gym membership, things like that, there will be issues and your payments, they'll get rejected and you'll get emails and it'll be like, we can't take your money and things like that. Like, it just gets a bit hectic. So as soon as you arrive in your new location, I advise that you just get your bank account straight away. It's really easy to do. You go to the bank, you make an appointment, you go to the appointment, they make your account. As long as you have your passport, it's easy, it's done. Now that my semester's actually done, I'm staying here for an extra month just to kind of chill out, because I start my first semester of 4th year back home in September. So and Gamescom's happening this month as well, so I felt as well it makes sense to stay an extra month. Rent's pretty cheap here, at least in the place that I'm staying in. But I think like one of the biggest kind of tip I could give to someone that is thinking about going on the semester abroad is don't have any expectations when you're coming on your semester abroad, because you could look at anyone's vlog or video or something like that and they'll talk about their semester abroad, but ultimately your semester abroad is what you make of it. You're not going to have a picture perfect version of a semester abroad that someone else had. It's going to be your own experience, and you really need to look at it in that light before you jump in, because you'll feel a lot more like at ease and not feel the kind of pressure of like, oh, I'm expected to do all these sorts of things, whereas really this is your time to chill out. And that's what I think most people should really view the semester abroad as, is this is your time to experience being your own person away from everyone else that you've been with for like your whole life up till now. So it's just good to be yourself away from all the kind of chaos from back home. The experience, like I keep going back to like the experience is not something that you really expect it to be. Like for me, like my mindset was coming here, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out every weekend, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be a laugh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. But for my semester abroad, it was very kind of a solo experience. Like there were, as I said before, like a lot of the Erasmus people and a lot of Erasmus activities and things like that, but for me, I actually kind of enjoyed having the alone time and enjoyed just kind of getting my thoughts together without having anyone else's opinions around from like back home. It's quite nice to just be able to do that, because for what a lot of people don't realise is back home you have like all your friends' opinions, your parents' opinions, everyone's opinions that are just there, like not intentionally to get on top of you, but they're there. You know they're there, so when you're here and away from it all, there's less kind of pressure from the socialness kind of around you, and you can just be you, there's comfort in that. So what I kind of wanted to do, since I'm part of the blogging team for Abertay, I was going to break a few videos down specifically from some of the points that I've already kind of said in this video. I think these tips could be pretty useful in the coming videos for people from any kind of university that are eventually going to go on their semester abroad. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoy the next episodes to come for this kind of Erasmus themed kind of chunk of videos overall. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.